it's that time of year again. The time of year we're all excited about. We had the ban list out, and everybody and their mother is talking about what the top 5 or top 10 best meta decks are going to be. Now, while these predictions are dope, realistically speaking, with the way the meta game changes nowadays, in my opinion, there's no way to predict what the meta is going to look like. But these videos are still a watch. So instead of doing meta decks, I'm going to do something different and talk about the top 5 budget rogue / budget decks for today's meta. Now, the reason I want to do this version of the video is because I know, for one, a lot of you guys don't want to pay a lot of money for this card game. It's too expensive. It's not worth it. And for two, I like playing rogue, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys like playing rogue too. So with all that being said, let's get into it. Without further ado, let's begin.
Ice on my wrist, looking kinda cool. Bad bitch with me, she ain't tryna move. Niggas staring at me, what you tryna do? Got me looking at my watch, and it's time to do.
Starting off with my 5th deck. Now this is a deck that's been running rampant over the past few months now. Now I wouldn't really necessarily say running rampant to extreme, but something that's been really solid, and that's Burning Abyss. What makes Burning Abyss really powerful? Besides the fact that a lot of our guys float, Scarm Search in phase, Barbar and all of them just recycling themselves. I personally seen Burning Abyss link decks for the TCG outside of the whole versions where you got the Chirabuni, without Chirabuni just being very solid with stunning the opponent. They use link monsters, they use Dante, they use their one monster that Dante turns into. A lot of cool things that the deck does, and I think the deck has a lot of potential in the up and coming meta because the deck did not use Firewall Dragon, at least from what I've seen at locals, and people were still winning with them on a local level. I think a few people topped regionals with them as well, but the fact that the deck just controlled their resources really well, and they did decent prior to Firewall being good, not a Firewall being banned, they're going to just do better. The deck's fairly cheap, all of them are common. If you want to ball out and get a foil, you can. The extra deck's not expensive, Dante just got a reprint. All in all, I think Burning Abyss is worth picking up and worth looking to, which is why I had to have it on my list at number 5. Number 4, A, B, Mother F and C. Guys, if you guys did not remember, ABC as a deck prior to A Assault Core getting hit, which once again should never got hit, but you guys know Co-Money, the deck is really solid. When it busts Dragon into the field, pitching one card during either player's turn to banish a card on the field is really good. Then him tagging out, bringing all the ABC monsters back when their field spells on the field, getting them all on resources is really good. Calvin Tahan, really good ABC player. Top throughout last year and this year with the deck. So I feel like if he's good with the deck, a lot of you guys could be good with the deck too. I mean, the deck is really solid at what it does. Yeah, man, nothing more to really be said. The A Assault Core back at 3. The deck is naturally going to get played. You take 3 structure decks to make. The deck did abuse Firewall Dragon. Now, I'll give it that because it took advantage of the link mechanic, but we still have a link stuff to use, like some of the Nightmare stuff, like Nightmare Goblin. We still have a lot of the original link cards, like, let's say, Decode Talker, to bring out with your ABC Buster Dragon. So, you know, a lot of things can be utilized with this deck. 3 structure decks that are old. Really easy to get into. They got reprinted as foil versions, so if you guys want to ball out with the deck, you can. And not to mention, too, since the deck has been out of the meta for a while, a lot of players probably are not going to be preparing for it. Hashtag system down. So, you know, I think, you know, honestly, real talk, ABC is going to be a really good deck to pick up. So, which is why I had to have it on list at number 4, similar to Burning Abyss. Number 3, Zombie Sun. Now, Zombies as a deck is really good. I took my own little version of locals with the vampire build and did pretty good in my personal opinion. I think I did amazing. But, you know, outside of the vampire version, outside of the structure deck $30 version, which is, in my opinion, if you want to go the $30 route, I got a video for that. You can click right here and check that video out. But the deck is really good. Doom King Battle Roach with Zombie World can stun the entire effing meta, bro. Like, just by the fact that Zombie World turns everything zombies on the board, allowing your opponent to get controlled by changing their type. So let's say, for example, if they're using a deck that wants to bring out not Evil Swarm, but Ignoble Knight ISO, they can't bring out ISO because ISO's a warrior. and they need 2 auras to make it. And so if you bring a zombie world, it auto stuns. Completely shuts off decks like, I believe it was True Draco it shuts off, and it was another deck that shut off, right? Can't think of a deck right now, but it could shut a zombie world, could just stun so many different decks. And Battle Roach, the fact that he brings himself out similar to Treeborn Frog during the standby phase, and then when your opponents try to use their effect, negate, banish, quick effect, man, you guys cannot tell me that one of you smart players out there, you really intelligent players, can't make a solid version of zombies. I mean, real talk, the fact that you also have things like they have their own Monster Reborn that allows you to bring a zombie out of the graveyard and banish opponent's cards. And I believe a lot of people have made versions online that abuses Battle Roach, controls the board, and just spams field. I mean, there's different routes you can go. You can go the stun route, you can go the synchro route. The list can go on from there. Even if you wanted to do the vampire route, the deck is still pretty solid. So with all that being said, zombie stun, zombies in general, I think it's gonna be a solid budget pickup / roll pickup that no one's gonna expect to play against in the upcoming meta, because no one really runs it now. I mean, it's more of an F around deck, but when you really look at the deck as a core, Doom King Battle Roach is a solid boss monster, and Zombie has a lot of things to they have a lot of tools to utilize that can make the deck tier 1. Number 2, Cosmos. Now, this is a deck that when Dark Strip got hit down to 1, and the deck got a lot of stuff limited, like the that one card that lets you bring out a Psychic from the deck, which not allow the Cosmo players to bring out their main boss girl from the deck that gets their combos rolling pretty much. But Konami just gave us Dark Destroyer back at 3. I don't think a lot of guys are anticipating how huge this is. When I was doing my review of the ban list, and I said Cosmos wasn't really going to do much, they can probably beat Sky Strikers, it hit me like, bam, that's a pretty good deck for Sky Strikers, which, if you think about it, it's going to be Sky Strikers is guaranteed to be the best deck in the format. It was one of the best decks in the format last format, and just with the deck like Goki getting hit, and all the hero, SCK, OTK, Dark Warrior that's getting hit, Sky Strikers are naturally going to get more powerful. So when you have a deck like Cosmos coming around that have cards that say, cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed, and Sky Strikers, a lot of their stuff is targets. First of all, the ships don't care about getting targeted because they can't be targeted. That's for 1. For 2, when you do get rid of them, they replace themselves. For 3, if you hit Cosmo Town, you get a ship from the deck, I believe. I haven't played against the deck in a while, so don't quote me on that. And then I also believe people ran the deck with Card of Demise, like in a stun variant. I believe, my prediction, Cosmo players are about to go freaking ham this format, bro. So be on the lookout. Side deck that machine. I just stated it earlier in this video. Have your side deck ready for Cosmos, bro. And honestly, it's dirt cheap. The stuff's been reprinted already. The stuff is easy to pick up because no one wants to play it, because everyone's riding the coattail of Sky Strikers. I think it's going to be a fun, solid deck. Now, what's going to be the best deck? No. Because like any deck, older deck that lost its consistency, it can brick. But with that being said, I think with 3 Dark Destroyers, that deck is scary. It can go ham. And I'm going to hate playing against that deck. Now, last but not least, the last budget / roll deck I think is going to be really solid for this upcoming format. You guys probably know what it is if you guys know me already. Masked Mother Effing Heroes. You see it right here? Masked Heroes. That deck, bro. Amazing. It's amazing because not only do you have first turn Gumblar plays, you also have first turn Darklaw Nabby plays. And the first turn Gumblar play you have, you get Darklaw Gumblar or Nabby. You can go get Nabby's Gumblar, whatever build you want to run. Now, Destiny Hero Militia is going down too. Hurts the deck a lot. But with that being said, now that forces us hero players to fork out a little bit more money to get Summon Sorcerers to make your first turn Gumblar player a lot more viable. Guess what though? Summon Sorcerers gets a reprint next week, making the deck a lot more cheaper. You guys see where I'm going with this? I won 3 locals, I think 3 or 4 locals with heroes, undefeated. And my locals is very competitive. Every player I beat a pretty solid player, above average player for sure. So, you know, with that being said, I have faith in the deck. Now, a lot of you hero players might be saying, well, I play heroes and I can't win with the deck. I'm a trash player with the deck. Summoner Monk, guys. Summoner Monk is the best card in the deck. One card, Gunblar Darklar. I try to tell people. You open up Summoner Monk, you pitch that spell, go into Vion, dump your Mally, banish your Mally, make your ISO, bring out your Shadow Mist, use your Monk and your ISO, go into Summon Sorceress, bring out a monster in your opponent's field, bring out another monster to your board, bring out your Gunblar, set your mass change, GG, no re. Everybody who I pulled that combo off on prior to the Summon Sorceress thing, because I had triple Mally and I had to go into Summon Sorceress to get that play out. Darklar, Gunblar, 90% of the time, players either scooped or lost. So, since I can make that combo off of one card, I highly believe in this deck. I really do, guys. So if you guys want a solid deck to play that's really roguish and good, Masked Heroes, bro. Masked Heroes. If you guys want to check out a solid Masked Hero build, check out this icon right here as well. It's going to give you guys my first place Masked Hero deck profile. So, as a recap, guys, because this was my top 5 budget / rogue deck video, I believe all of these decks are solid. Now, as I tell you guys always as well, 1 is not better than 5, 5 is not better than 1, or 1 is not better than 10, 10 is not better than 1. These are all solid decks I think have equal potential in the meta. If there was a deck that you guys know are rogue that I did not have on this list, that you guys know is solid, post that in the comment section down below, because I would really like to help a lot of people out who may either not want to play the decks that I listed or may not can't afford the decks I listed. All these decks are $100 or less, so yeah, man. Look at the decks, because the decks are going to be solid. So, with all that being said, once again, this is InnovationYGO. Smash that like button. If this video gets 200 likes, I would go against my will and make a top 5 best competitive meta decks for the format. But if you guys don't want to see that deck, just let me know in the comment section down below. Like the video anyway. Subscribe if you haven't. This is InnovationYGO, and I'm signing out. Peace and stay innovative. Deuces.